Welcome back to On Football. Today's detailed performance review is going to be on the new Cutters Rev 3.0 football gloves, which I'm wearing right now. I got these from my partners over at Eastbay.com, and as usual, I'm going to include a link in the description of where you can purchase these gloves. In this review, just like usual, I'm going to start by giving you an overview of these gloves, what they changed, what they updated from the 2.0 version of the Rev Pros, and then go into the specific categories of what you're really going to love, what you're really going to like, and the things that are going to be trade-offs if you decide to purchase this glove. If you're familiar with my reviews, you know that I always like to start by reading off the packaging, some of the things that the company talks about the gloves, and these are some of the things that I really look for in the testing process. So Rev Pro 3.0, made by Cutters, Air C-Tech Extreme Grip perforated for better breathability and cooling performance. So that just talks to the perforated palms, which you guys can see a little bit. Those are those little dots in the palm. So not all Cutters gloves used to have them. It's something that they've kind of updated in their newer gloves. Power band provides a secure, locked-in feel. That's really important. This is what they call the power band. It's really the cuff. But some people, depending on which type of player they are, they really like to have that secured, locked-in feel, and that's what that's all about. That's why there's cuffs on gloves. Not that you need them, but just gives you a feeling of security and power for playing in the game. Intelligent panel additions for more support and durability. I'll get into that a little bit later. Flex zones, I'll get into that as well. That's on the back of the hand. Promote comfort and flexibility. True Fit C-Tech thumb locks down thumb and provides added grip surface. So in a lot of gloves, you receivers out there may notice, finger twist is a huge problem. Usually on all of the digits, mostly on the pinky and the thumb. It makes it a little bit difficult to catch the ball. So when you have a ball coming at you and you catch it, the gloves tend to twist. So that's one of the reasons why you want a really nice fit, and also why you see a lot of receivers adjusting their gloves all the time. Neoprene cuff for added wrist comfort. I'll get into that. Now, they also talk about this, and you see my other Cutter reviews. They have listed here, which I'll go over, different positions that they recommend the gloves for. The Rev Pro 3.0s, they recommend for receivers, running backs, and defensive backs. I'll get into that. I agree with that, but I definitely think you can use them in more positions than just that. It uses RevTech Recharge. That's a self-restoring grip material. That's what Cutters is known for the grip that you can just put in the washing machine. Now, it says all weather, even in wet weather and poor field conditions, C-Tech Performance Grip material keeps its grip. I haven't had that experience with Cutters. If you guys have, definitely let me know if you use them in the rain, how you guys feel about that. And then machine washable and dryable for easy season-long performance. So drying is something that I do not do with my gloves, except for Cutters. I do dry these because they tell me on the package. So with that being said, I think this is one of the only gloves that you can dry. Now let's take a look at these gloves. I'm gonna pull them off and go over it a little bit. Some of, again, the updates that they made. Now the first thing that you'll notice with the Rev Pro 3.0s, updated from last year, is that they made more of a minimalist design. That means they reduced some of the complexity with the back of hand that added some distraction. Let's start with the logo. You can see that the logo here is a silicone overlay as opposed to the little bit of padding material that they used to have before. They used to have rubber around it. So that's gonna allow you to bend your hand a little bit easier and make it a better fitting, more comfortable glove. So Cutters gloves just have this synthetic leather, I'll call it, over the entire back hand. It's really premium material. It looks nice, it feels great, but it does add some stiffness and rigidity to the glove that prevents that ball feel that I like to have as a receiver. So what they've done now is they've kept some of the premium material, but they've reduced it all along the fingers, and they've added silicone overlays so that that'll give you the flexibility with the spandex that's in between, but it'll also give you some structural integrity so that the gloves remain durable. So I can tell right away that these feel a lot more flexible with a greater range of motion, better ball feel than the Rev Pro 2.0s from last year, and definitely from I think they were like the X11s from way back when, some of the most popular Cutters gloves. Now, if we flip to the palm side of the glove, again, I talked about the perforations. I don't think the Rev Pros had them last year. I know the Rev Pro 3Ds did, but either way, they've got the perforated palms, as you can see. That's gonna add some ventilation to the glove. Now, gloves get super hot, especially when you have the synthetic material at the back. Now, this mesh this, well, I'll call it mesh, but it's really nylon and spandex. Nylon is going to give you that durability. Spandex is going to give you the stretch. It is going to be really breathable, as you can see through the glove, but now they've added that perforation on the palm to give you some of that durability as well. As usual, they use the neoprene cuff. That's going to make the glove really comfortable, and it's going to stretch and give you some of that locked in feel that they were talking about. Now, interestingly enough, on the inside, they do not use a jock tag. Now, you do have all these tags, which you should be able to take off. Gonna rip these off. So the inside tags should just rip right off to give it more of a clean look and feel inside. Now they don't have a jock tag. I don't know how many of you guys use jock tags. Jock tags are the little place where you can put your number inside the glove. Definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear as I review more gloves if jock tags are something that you guys like. Now we're gonna get into what you're really gonna love about the glove, what you're gonna like, and some of the things that are trade-offs. Starting with the things that you're gonna love, you're really gonna like the traditional Cutters grip. That's what Cutters is known for. The grip on the glove. Now it talks on the back of the packaging that the glove is good in all conditions. What I would say is this is one of the best gloves when it's dry and the ball is dirt free, which is not often, but really when you get these brand new Cutters gloves, I mean, you can hear it, of course, but you guys who have experienced Cutters, the grip is really good in the dry. In my experience, when it's been wet or dirt or dusty, where the gloves are dusty or dirty or the ball is dusty or dirty, which can happen in some conditions, you really have to clean the gloves and you really have to clean the ball off. So it's not my favorite glove in the wet, but the thing is in the dry, in good conditions, this is gonna be one of the best grips that you're gonna find. The other thing that you're gonna really love is that you can wash these. You can recharge the grip just by putting them in the washer and put them in the dryer. If you guys have seen my video on how to wash gloves, that works for all football gloves, but that is a process of putting them in pillowcases, turning them inside out, making sure that the agitator doesn't cut the glove, and then air drying, not drying because you don't want to ruin the material. So they've worked hard on this proprietary material where you can wash them and put them in the dryer. So that's something that you're really gonna love. The increased range of motion that they gave over last year, you're really gonna love that as well. You can see here that it's gonna give you excellent ball feel because you have all that range of motion. It's so easy to close your hand. And because they use the nylon or they use the silicone overlays here, you're still gonna feel that added protection, that added security that a lot of receivers like. Some receivers don't like too free of a glove where you just feel bare. You like to have something on your hands, but you want it to move with your hands, and that's what you're gonna get in this glove. Now at Eastbay, they do have 15 different colorways, and that's something that you're gonna love. If you're like me, you love solid colors, got them in solid white. Cutters kind of owns that solid game right now. They've got 11 different solid colors of gloves. So that's to match any team color that you're gonna have. And then Eastbay also sells 4 different metallic versions of these gloves. So definitely in the link below, check that out. I'm gonna link right to them. But you got 15 different colorways in this glove. There's 3 main things that you're going to like about this glove. Now you do have perforated palms like I talked about for added breathability. You know, I don't know how much of a difference that makes. That's why I put it in the light category. They're not gonna make or break a glove, but they're a nice to have because you do get that added ventilation. Something else that you're gonna like, again, most of the gloves do this, but they have the grip all the way down to the bottom of the glove. So you don't have a cuff here or you don't have some of that tack. And that's something that you're gonna like about the glove. But again, it's traditional with most gloves and Cutter's been doing that for a long time. These retail for $45. So that's on par with the Adizeros, that's on par with the Vapor Jets, that's on par with Under Armour gloves as well. So you can look for these in the link below for $45. Sometimes it's hard to think of some trade-offs for some gloves of, you know, what are the trade-offs for this glove? I obviously always talk about if you have a non-padded glove, the trade-off is gonna be protection, but you guys should know that by now. So the other trade-offs that with this glove in particular that you're going to find is the fit. Now I might need to go up to a double XL. When you look at the palm of my hand, you can see that the glove does not rest on the palm. Now I traditionally wear an extra large in most gloves. However, in these, I might have to go up a size. So if you're out there looking for gloves, I would say with Cutters, with these particular models, you might want to consider going up a full size. If you can get in the store and try them out, definitely do that. But for me, it looks like I might have to go up one size. And the last thing I did talk about is just the conditions in the wet. Can you use these gloves in the wet? Now, I don't think that the modern day gloves now that you can use in wet conditions, that's just me. And a lot of you guys may agree. Usually you take off the gloves and you just use your bare hands in the wet. I personally like to use leather gloves in the wet. Not a lot of manufacturers sell them these days to the public. So these are no different. You really can't use these in the wet. They did say you can use them for all conditions, but again, let me know in the comments if you guys have used these in the wet and they work for you. I haven't really found a way, but definitely want to get to that. So that is the last trade-off that I have. Now, Cutters did recommend these for running backs, for corners, and for receivers. And I agree with that, but really these can be used at all positions except for on the line. Depending on if you don't like to have a padded back of hand, these are going to be good for you if you don't want a padded receiver glove. Now, some positions may want that, but if you're a tight end, for example, or you're a defensive end, you don't have to have a padded glove, even though it does help. So you can use these at every position on the field. Cutters was just trying to help you out if you guys don't know which glove you should pick. So that's my video on these. Hopefully you liked this one. If you did, definitely check out my other glove review videos. I pretty much reviewed all the gloves from this year, still going. Definitely give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.